live. How's everybody doing? We lie, motherfuckers. All right, hit that like button. Hit that like button. We're live on a Tuesday night. WWE counter-programming AEW. Tony Khan responds. Talk about that in a minute. Got Josh Maroshak. I got termites are eating my house. God damn bastards. You ain't never gonna get it, IRS, because the bugs already did. No chance. No chance in hell. You've got no chance. No chance in hell. Woo, 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 wings. 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 They're out of business, right? I think. Didn't Woo Wings already go out of bit? Already isn't that over now? I mean, it basically lasted what? Did it last a year or two? Like 2 years, maybe a year. It lasted a little while. I know they didn't have it up near me in the north more, so I didn't even know anyway. Really, I mean, we heard about it, but we didn't have it anywhere. I don't think anywhere near us. I don't think it went any higher than North Carolina or Virginia, maybe. So, but for the people that did get Woo Wings, I'm jealous. Even though it's probably just a ghost kitchen of big wings or a million other wings. Woo, woo, woo wings! Woo, 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 woo wings! What a song this would be. Woo, 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 woo wings! You could really edit that together with Ric Flair. Woo wings, daddy, woo, woo, woo wings! People probably ordered it just thinking like, oh, I'll try this wings place. I don't know. You know? Like, how many people actually were like, I'm going to order this because of Ric Flair? I mean, maybe a few. I don't think enough people even knew about it, though. I'd bring people, I'd be like, you know, Ric Flair has a wings company out. It's called Woo Wings. And they'd be like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, nobody knew. Like, so if you took, like, 10 wrestling fans, like, 1 or 2 might have heard about it. So that means if you took, like, 100,000 people, like 10,000 people maybe heard about it. So you take like the 3 million actual active wrestling fans. We'll say 4 million. Say 4 million actual wrestling fans, and probably only about maybe 15% of them have heard of Woo Wings. Maybe that's 600,000 people. But Woo Wings is only available in about maybe half the country. So you divide that number up to 300,000 people. So there's about 300,000 people that could buy the wings that heard about it. And how many people usually buy stuff when they hear about it and they care about it? Maybe 3% of that, right? So what's that? 300,000 times 3%? 9,000 people So probably over the course of 1 year, 9,000 people were like, I'm going to try that Woo Wings. And the average order profited Woo Wings $15. They made about $135,000. How much did they spend on advertising for Woo Wings? I don't know. They didn't spend a lot. They had Ric Flair shout it out and talk about it. I don't know. Usually you got to pay Ric Flair a lot of money. How many people probably bought Woo Wings by accident or just because it said wings and they were like, let's try this. I don't know what this is. I don't know. I have no idea on that. I don't know those numbers at all. Can't guesstimate those. But I can guess about $135,000 in wings were sold to wrestling fans, probably. I don't know. How much did Ric Flair cost to partner with you on that? You know? Usually Ric Flair don't do shit unless it's for like at least $500,000. Just saying. So the fact that Woo Wings is out of business or gone after a year or two, whatever it was, I mean, dude, that's no doubt about it. They probably broke even or didn't make much money at all. Right? Let's say every day 2 people ordered Woo Wings. You know what I mean? That's probably what happened. At every store, right? You got like you got 50 ghost kitchens times 2 times a profit of $15, $1,500. And the store isn't getting anything. The stores are like, fuck you. So $1,500 a day, maybe. That's $10,000 a week. That's $500,000 a year. But it costs how much money to run that? So in the end, if the wrestling fans bought $130,000 worth of shit, that's $676,000. You paid Ric Flair $500,000 to $1 million. You lost money and you went out of business. That's why. It looks like to me that Woo Wings only made about $670,000 maybe. But like their costs for Ric Flair and costs for the promotion and the ghost kitchens and everything they had to do. I mean, dude, you got to make $1 million or $2 million at least. I think that's the goal. So this would make sense if that's what they made. Hey, let's ask ChatGPT. You guys think ChatGPT knows? Let's check it out. Maybe Grok knows. How much did Woo Wings make on profit? Let's see if ChatGPT knows. There's no public available data on the specific profit figures for Woo Wings. Woo's Wings, a family-owned restaurant in Oklahoma City.
I've been going to wrestling shows.
Assuming that's even the right wing place.
Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger.
Oh shit, we got a donation.
Show.
Do you remember when Corey and Sean got into a fist fight at school in the show Boy Meets World? I also liked the episode when they had water wars. All the neighborhood kids had a big water gun fight. I think Corey used the Super Soaker 300.
Yeah, I think I thought he had the 200, but you might be right. Maybe he used the 300. I thought it was the 200 though. Peter, I think it's the 200. Let me see. Peter, thank you for the donation. In Boy Meets World, there is a Super Soaker used in an episode by Corey. Is it what Super Soaker is it? I think it's the 200. But let's ask ChatGPT while we're here anyway. In Boy Meets World, Season 1, Episode 2, Corey uses a water gun referred to HydroSat 3000. Later trades it for the HydroSat 1500. These are fictional names for Super Soaker-like water guns. Yeah, I don't I'm pretty sure it's the Super Soaker 200. ChatGPT is being coy about it. Or that's Gronk. I'm using Gronk. Or Grok. Oh, here it is. It is the 200. Oh, wait. Hold on. There's a picture of it. Okay, Minkus or whatever. Okay, so Minkus has the 200, I think. Right? That's Minkus, right? Minkus has, it looks like the 200, but they painted it green. So that's the 200, but they painted it green, I believe. I think. And this is the 100. This is the regular Super Soaker 100. And then this is something else. I don't know what this is. This one might be the 300, but the kid's not wearing the backpack of it. So it's like a repurposed. Oh, wait, we got other pictures. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. So that kid, so this kid, I think that's the 300 or something else that I don't recognize. This, Sean has the 100, obviously. And Minkus has like a repurposed 200, I think. So I think it's like a 200, but they stuck a third bottle on it for some reason. Even though I think the 200 only had 2 barrels. They like stuck this third barrel on it that isn't really there. And then painted it like yellow, green, or whatever. I believe that's what we're looking. Yeah, look at that. That, oh my god, bro. That's the 200 all day, right? Am I crazy? It's like the 200 with like an add-on or something. Yeah, see this strap right here? There's no third one. This is an added thing. They like remade this. Right? Like let's go look at it. Let's look at a 200. Super Soaker 200. Yeah, they repurposed the 200. That's all that is. Yeah, here's a 200. So, yeah, I had it right. So, yeah, there's the 200. But they, like, painted it, I think. And then there's the handle. But on the one Minkus has, he has a third bottle up here that they added onto it to make it look different, cooler, whatever. But this is the actual 200 without the repurposed paint job or whatever. So, yeah, there's the real 200. The classic, baby. The Super Soaker 200. That was beast. Remember how big Super Soakers were, dude? Like they were crazy. Then they just started kind of making them like whatever. Remember the 50? Dude, there's the Super Soaker 50. That 50 had spraying power, dude. Didn't have the... But the 100 was the bomb. Like, bro, the 100 was the shit. Just the original 100. I mean, I really think it was the 200 that was like the hyped one. Like, it's like anything else, right? Like, the first Super Soaker was such a hit. And when they came out with the 200, it was like, wow. And then they, like, got too crazy with, like, backpacks and the 300. And after that, everything just kind of went out the window. But, like, the Super Soaker, like, 50 and 75 or whatever, and the 100 and the 200, those were, like, it was on at that time. It was crazy. And then they started just making cheaper, stupid ones. And it lost its whole luster. But for, like, 3 to 5 years... I don't know what you would say, from like 1990 maybe, like 1990 to like 1994, maybe 90 to 96, Super Soaker guns were just the shit. Like, it was fucking on with these things. That 100 right there was perfect. Although sometimes the plastic would smash if you dropped it too hard. But man, they were good. But yeah, then they started making all these stupid, like, Super Soaker XP 100, like, fuck off. That's when Super Soakers went to hell. But those original Super Soakers were so good, man. I thought there was a 75, wasn't there? Oh my god, dude, a 1990 Super Soaker 50 in the box is $400 on eBay. Holy shit. Dude, $400 on eBay. Oh my God. Why don't they just keep making these? I mean, that's what I never got that. Why, when something was such a hit, like, why wouldn't they still be just making them? Why do they not make them anymore? We haven't even gotten to anything yet. We're talking about Super Soakers. Boom, boom, boom. Why did they, like, there's something Ask Rock right there. Like, why did they stop making Super Soaker? Why did they stop making Super Soakers? Safety concerns. What? Super Soakers haven't been discontinued. They're still produced under Hasbro's Nerf brand. However, the classic high-powered air pressure models from the late 80s to 2000s, like the iconic CPS 2000, I don't even know what that is. Safety concerns. The CPS, released in 1996, was criticized for excessive power. Well, that's fine. Go back and make the hundreds. Legal and patent issues. In 2013, the inventor of the Super Soaker won a $73 million lawsuit against Hasbro for unpaid royalties on air pressurized CPS technology. Wow. Rebranding and market shift. After Hasbro acquired Laramie in 2002, the Super Soaker line was rebranded the Nerf Super Soaker. 2010, Hasbro focused on aligning the water blasters with the Nerf brand. Changing toy industry trends, the toy market evolved. Okay. Societal and regulatory pressure. In the 90s, toy guns, including water blasters, faced scrutiny for resembling real firearms. While Hasbro reintroduced the nostalgic models, the XP20, XP30, and XP100, blah, 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 these are less powerful than the 90s counterparts, and the brands have not returned to producing the high-performance CPS air pressure systems that define the Super Soakers. Fans expressed frustration on platforms like Reddit, noting that the off-brand competitors like BuzzBee's Water Warriors now offer closer alternatives to the classic designs. Wow, so it's just like they just died because they're retarded, basically. They're just stupid. They don't care. That's so dumb. Like, the Super Soakers were the shit. That's crazy. So if you see some Super Soakers out there, guys, when you guys are wandering around on the yard sales of the summer, remember, Super Soakers, baby. They're big. Well, the liberals will ban the water guns, and the Republicans will ban your music. So, you know, what are you going to do? Although Al Gore's Tipper Gore was the one that did that, and I think he's a Democrat. Gonna super soak you. We gon' super soak you, we're gon' super soak you. What you do, we'll super soak you. What you gonna do when we super soak you? Super soak ya, choke ya, poke ya. Here we go. What you gonna do, super soaker? We gotta really stop that. That's annoying. Bro, the ice cream truck went by my house today. I was home today, and the ice cream truck went by my house. I've been waiting for the ice cream truck out here for you don't know how long. Where I used to live outside of Boston, every summer, at least 2 or 3 times, there was a chance, a good chance, to catch the ice cream truck with the kids. And, you know, I would say once a year, we got it. And I think the first year that we moved in here in 2019, we caught the ice cream truck here. And I was like, oh my God, they have an ice cream truck too. And then I didn't see another ice cream truck again. And I said, damn, I missed the goddamn stupid ice cream truck. You know?
Hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Oh, shit, Carl.
Scissor me, Joe!
I've been scouring the internet looking for pictures of Stephanie Baker's feet but can only find 3 pictures. For some reason her inward angled foot position turns me on sexually. I pleasure myself thinking of her standing on me.
Wow. Thank you, Carl, for the $3. That's beautiful. If you want to donate, it's pinned to the top of the chat right now. Save my life, save the show. Or don't. But yeah, I think that, so today the ice cream truck went by and I happened to be home. But I was like, why the fuck is the ice cream truck going by at 1 o'clock? All the kids are in school. But the whole goddamn neighborhood was writing on the Facebook pages like, I heard the ice cream truck. I was going to go out and all the adults wanted to chase the ice cream truck. I mean, bro, you literally had adults coming out of their house to buy ice cream from an ice cream. We're fucking kids. All the adults in the whole neighborhood were like, this is amazing. They were coming out of their house to buy the ice cream. But the ice cream truck could have made so much more money if he just waited an extra hour before he started driving around the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Oh. Maybe we're crazy, but yeah, I was like, well, they're a little bit early because the kids are in school. You know, maybe they thought today was Memorial Day. I don't know. He's selling drugs. You know, I thought that. You know what? I really thought that, dude. You know, it's so crazy that you just said that. Yeah. It's so weird, bro. It's so weird because, like, you know what? You know why I think you're right? And I think you might be right. I think you might be right. I think they might have been selling drugs. And it's not just because you just said that. But where I'm from, like, whenever the ice cream truck would drive around, ice cream...
Shit bum!
I'll show you.
Probably Sabu faked his death and he'll come back.
Oh my God, you think so? Wouldn't that be amazing if Sabu faked his death? That would be the greatest... That'd be one of the best works I've ever heard of. One of the most meanest, craziest ones, too. But I'm down, Doomed, huh? I'm down. Yeah, normally when you... Doomed, thank you for the $2 super chat. Normally when you hear the ice cream truck going by, you hear this. Like, so you're right. The ice cream truck might have been selling drugs because the ice cream truck was not playing that song. The ice cream truck was playing this. This is different. Listen to this. This is not the normal song.
I'm selling drugs. I want to sell you drugs. It's all available, fentanyl and crack. I'm selling drugs. I'm selling drugs. I want to sell you drugs. It's all available, fentanyl and crack. I'm selling drugs.
See, that's why I think you're right. Because that's weird, right? That's not normal. This is not normally what the song is.
I'm selling drugs. I want to sell you drugs. It's all available, fentanyl and crack. I'm selling drugs. I'm selling drugs. I want to sell you drugs. It's all available, fentanyl and crack. I'm selling drugs.
It's weird too because they were selling the fentanyl in an ice cream called the George Floyd, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, and I was like, well, can I get one of those? And they were like, are you sure you want one of those? Because just, you can only have one. Don't ever eat more than one. And I'm like, why? And so anyway, so that's sick, you know, to be honest. It's June almost, so that's even sicker. But, you know, it is what it is. But the guy said, listen, if you want to just have a great time, eat the ice cream, but spit out the gumballs. And he was like, but if you want to get fucked up, eat the gumballs. And I was like, well, you know, I'm not too comfortable eating this brown ice cream. You know, it was like melting kind of, it looked like on the face. And I said, no, thank you. And then they had these, you know, angel dust sandwiches or whatever. I mean, just very weird. Anyway, this neighborhood is weird. This neighborhood is very strange. But it's a weird neighborhood. It's a weird neighborhood that I live in. It's different. It's a different ice cream truck, obviously. I mean, that's straight up weird, right? Who the fuck has these ice creams? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a normal thing. Oh, look, here it is. This is exactly it. See? There it is. That's it. I was like, this is crazy. It was a little different than that. Oh my God, bro. What are we doing? But needless to say, I told the guy I'm all set. He showed me the ice creams. I said, you know what? I just like Sonic. I like the Ninja Turtles ice cream, snow cone, you know, maybe a cookie and one of the cookie ice creams. Though that's about it. I don't really derive into anything else, you know. But so I was all set. But you know, he had a lot to offer. There was a lot of different, you know, varieties. They had they had SpongeBob. They had I think they had Pokemon one, which, you know, like a Pikachu one. That was cool. Like the Pikachu thing. I was kind of into that. I was like, yeah, like maybe I'll have a Pikachu one. Or like I could bring the Pikachu one. Like kids would have loved that. But, yeah, needless to say, it was a lot of money, man. It's like $20 now for an ice cream. You know, when the ice cream truck used to roll through your neighborhood, the ice creams would be on the side of the truck. And some of the ice creams would be like $1. Some of them would be like $2. You know, oh, here it is right here. This is the exact ice cream. Here it is. It's about, there it is. That's it right there. Except his eyes were gumballs. It was crazy. But anyway, yeah, you know, some ice creams would be like $1. Some ice creams would be like $2.50. Like the snow cone, right? Wasn't that always the cheapest? Well, I feel like the snow cone was like $2.50 or $3. But then like the Ninja Turtle ice cream was like $3.50. Maybe then became $5 over the years. Maybe $7. I want to say that a few years back it was $7 to $8 for one. Dude, now they're like $20. Like what the fuck? Like $20 for one ice cream off the ice cream truck? It's crazy. But, you know, everything is up. You know, inflation's here. You know, stuff's crazy. But, you know, you can see why things are, you know, it's kind of crazy. It's a crazy time.
I'm selling drugs. I want to sell you drugs. It's all available, dentanol and crack. I'm selling drugs. I'm selling drugs. I want to sell you drugs. It's all available, dentanol and crack. I'm selling drugs.
Oh, come on.
I'm selling drugs. I want
Come
to
on.
sell you drugs. It's all available, dentanol and crack. I'm selling drugs. I'm selling drugs. I want to sell you drugs. It's all available, dentanol and crack. I'm selling drugs.
Everybody loves.
I'm selling drugs.
Oh my God. This is still going on. Everyone loves the ice cream
I'm
truck.
selling drugs. I'm selling drugs.
that was a beautiful song. You know?
I'm selling drugs. I want to sell you drugs.
All right. Okay. Eric Bischoff is 70 years old? Really? Wow. My mother is 74. Damn, Eric Bischoff is 70? My mother's 74. Man, maybe I should give Eric Bischoff a break on the whole real wrestling thing. Maybe, maybe they do think they know what they're doing. He's just out of it. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing, man. Ah, that's crazy. I had no idea. He's selling drugs, though, you know? You never know.
Oh,
shit. Whoa. It's crayon time.
I drink crayon 'cause I'm the man.
Leonard, kitty kisser.
Crayon man, come on, make me believe in tasty. I'm so thirsty, would you answer me? Crayon man. All my friends are fucking the man, 'cause all my friends are drinking crayon. They're drinking crayon, 'cause all my friends are drinking crayon. I got the fucking crayon. We got
Joey, oh Joey. My little Joey. I've been thinking lately about Sesame Street. My lover is always watching it and cries when I turn it off to watch porn. Do you think they should make a porn parody of Sesame Street? I can't find one online.
Yeah, even if you can't find one online, and Leonard Kitty Kisser, thank you for the $17. That's the biggest donation of the stream so far. And we are trying to, raise 100 or more. But Leonard Kitty, thank you. No, I would just go on, just do the AI, man. Just use AI and simulate it, because I don't think you're going to find that authentically. You're right. Because that sounds terrible. So why don't you do the AI thing? And, sure, your data will all be, stored and you'll probably get arrested eventually. But, at least that, you got to experience that. And you didn't do anything in real life. So, it's all good. You didn't really touch anybody, really. You just looked at photos, so. And they're not real people. So nobody got hurt in the making of those. So you might have a court case. You might be able to get away with it a little bit, even if they're a sicko. So I would, I'd go the AI route, because if you ever were to get a hold of something like that that's real, you'd go to jail for that, brother. That's not okay. But if you simulate it on your own, I think you probably could be in trouble for that, but you won't be as in trouble, right? So I'm not telling you what to do. I think you shouldn't do it. Now here's George Floyd doing whiteface. We call that the George Washington scoop, by the way. We call this Floyd Washington. It's a new ice cream scoop we have here. One scoop, and you'll be happy. It's called the George Washington Floyd. Actually, that's what it's called. The George Washington Floyd scoop. It's unbelievable. The Washington scoop. You'll love it. Yamanga. Go watch Meet the Feebles. I don't know what that is. It sounds creepy. He's on the brink of death. Eric is. Eric's okay. I like Eric Bischoff. I like Eric Bischoff. Alex Jones is covering World War III.
And of course, Zelensky's come out. Said soon Putin will be dead repeatedly in the last few months. And so they're not going for a peace deal. And so Putin came out after that over the weekend and said, look, they're not making peace deals. This is all BS. And so if they want to go to a full war with Ukraine, we're just going to go ahead and do it. And they've been advancing and expanding the buffer zone, and they're preparing to invade Kharkiv, that is the second largest city in Ukraine. It is in the northeastern area, just right on the border with Russia.
It's weird that Trump is like surprised by this, I guess. Like, I mean, he thought the peace talks were going to work or whatever. He really was convinced the peace talks were going to work. And now it's like, I don't know what's happened to crazy Putin, you know? So, George Pink Floyd. Yeah. So, I mean, if they don't do the, my thing is, so I think that like, if it turns out that it's kind of like Zelensky's fault that the peace talks didn't work out the right way, then I don't think Trump's going to help really, and he's just going to walk away and say, well, your fucking country's fucked. Unbelievable. You fucking should have listened from the beginning. But he's also called out Putin, so I don't know what that means. So that could mean that maybe we will go in. Maybe we'll actually support Ukraine now and we'll go to war. I don't know. We'll see. Why would Russia listen to Trump? Because we're fucking one of the biggest superpowers in the whole world. And if they don't listen to us, we could escalate into an actual war. And we could end up supporting Ukraine. We could end up really supporting them when we did not support it. We just wanted the fighting to stop. But really, we don't care because it's not us. But, so Putin insulting Trump would be a mistake, I think, for him. Because if Trump wants to get nuts, then there could be a problem. Like, I mean, we were all upset that Biden was giving all this money to Ukraine. But there's a possibility that not only could we end up giving money to Ukraine again, but we might end up jumping in. You know what I'm saying? But maybe not. Maybe Putin looked at it and was like, why would they do that? MAGA people and Trump don't want war. They're not going to get involved in the war. We were already invading them, and you know what I mean? They weren't, you know what I mean? Like, even Biden wasn't doing much but give them money, and we were winning. So we're draining them of money and winning. So what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Come into war? They're not going to do that. They don't want war. So we'll just go in and take it. So it looks like that's Putin called the whole thing, called the whole bluff. The whole bluff of like, we want peace. You better listen to us. Putin called it and said, oh yeah, you don't even want to fight. You don't want to get involved in this. You don't want to give them money. You don't want to fight. I'm just going to go take it. That's what Putin's saying. And that's what people were worried about all along. We all know that. But, Trump saying this would have never happened if I was president. I mean, that it's okay. We know that. Do something now. So I don't know. What do you guys want to happen? Do you want us to go in and like defend Ukraine and go after Russia for lying, for basically breaking all this bullshit up? Or do you think, well, fuck them? I mean, it's all NATO's fault. It's us and NATO's fault that Ukraine, and it's Putin's fault too. It's Putin's fault, it's NATO's fault, and it's America's fault. And it's a little bit of Ukraine's fault too. It's kind of everybody's fault really that this is happening. You get an aggressive dickhead like Putin. You get a country like ours who's supporting NATO and aggressively moving towards, areas in Russia and Ukraine. And so really it's like everybody's fault. It's kind of like everybody wanted this. It's like, well, you guys all kind of wanted this, didn't you? NATO was being threatening. America was being ridiculous. Ukraine was doing things. And then Russia said, well, we'll do the biggest thing and we'll go and invade you now. And so it's really a bunch of dickheads when you think about it. Everybody being a shithead equals stupid. So that's really what you're saying. So we'll see what happens. Putin blames the CIA. Listen to Tucker Carlson interview with Putin. I did. I heard it. I heard Tucker Carlson's interview. It was pretty good. Putin's a liar, though. He's lied. A little coy. He's sort of like he's not a liar, but he sort of sometimes will, shape things certain ways, and he plays like I don't know what's going on. It's like, yeah, you do. He's crazy, just like we are. It's all crazy. But yeah, pretty crazy shit. I wonder what Trump will do. We'll see. Hit that like button. I know that. We got 52 likes. That's bullshit. Let's get that shit rolling. Get that shit rolling, brother. Tony Khan reacts to WWE frequently counter-programming AEW. All right. Here's what Tony Khan had to say. Let's hear what Tony Khan had to say. Or maybe not. Am I crazy? Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right.
It's pretty consistent. I'd say it's the most consistent event head-to-head scheduling since Jim Crockett Promotions, Khan said. Saw a lot of scheduling that went that way, and I can tell you that this will go a lot differently than that did. Before its sale to the Turner Broadcasting System in 1988, Jim Crockett Promotions stood as a popular wrestling organization with successful pay-per-view events. Under the Vince McMahon Jr. regime, however, JCP saw their shows frequently countered by WWE, with a notable example being the annual WWE Survivor Series event, which directly opposed Starrcade in 1987. Given Khan's statement, it seems AEW is confident that they will not suffer the same fate as JCP. In the main event of AEW Double or Nothing, Hangman Adam Page defeated Will Ospreay in the finals of the men's Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Meanwhile, on NXT Battleground, Trick Williams dethroned TNA World Champion Joe Hendry in the main event.
You know, I think the left side liberal Democrats are looking for a podcaster to replace, to be their version of Joe Rogan. So look no further than Joe Cronin. You know what I mean? Let's give me a call. Where's Nancy Pelosi? Nancy Pelosi at Bernie. I'm ready. I'm ready. There you go, guys. Look no further, Nancy Pelosi and Bernie. Nobody knows your party better than me. Okay, let's bring me back into the fold, guys, and let's make it happen. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready to become a Democrat again and take everybody on and to take on Trump and the old regime. Come on, baby. Here we are. But you better listen to me or you're going to lose. Joe, did you hear that WWE is asking what? Did you delete that message or retract it? I think something happened to your message. Tony Khan feeling threatened by NXT counter-programming with his roster is ridiculous. That's true. Steve-O, here it is. Joe, did you hear about WWE is asking fans not to swear? There was a video uploaded on YouTube. Really? Well, I mean, I could see that maybe. They've done that before with like chants. Like they're like, hey, everybody, chant whatever, but try not to chant like bad words because if you do that, we have to like mute out the TV show and it messes it up. So if you could refrain from like bad word chants, like I mean that, I've seen them do that before. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen that announcement before. So I mean, I don't think this is that new, but oh yeah, WWE asking fans to stop swearing. Our whole culture is fucked. You know what I mean? Everybody's swearing. I don't see any news on it or any video anywhere. The only thing I see is like Cuntaholic commenting on it.
WWE asking their fans to stop swearing, plus AEW
God,
stars are back.
I don't know what it is, but I love the British accent, but wrestling British people enrage me, and I don't know why. Wrestling fans being asked to stop swearing by the WWE. AEW star blue. Just something like, fuck, I want to choke you. Oh my God, are they enraging to listen to. I love British people, but like not in wrestling, and I don't know why.
Saying, love you, Rollins, I think he said. Fluff you, Rollins. To Jerry. But at those family shows, kind of, we've sort of cultivated this fan base at North Wrestling, the North Faithful, who swear like sailors during the adult shows.
Hey, they're playing my old song in the background. Oh, Roman Reigns, you make me insane. That old YouTube music. That music.
Comes to the big shows that we do at the Walker Dome and the bigger arenas, which are family shows, they rein it in. They're amazing. Yeah. And I think, I don't know whether North is exclusive to that. The North Faithful are a special type of people. And we'll find out in Leeds on Friday, see how much you swear on Friday when we go to the Project House. But I think that when it comes to a larger company like WWE, that might be a trickier one to pull off.
All it's going to take is someone to test it out if they do implement this rule and to see if security choke them out or not. If they do, well, you're going to stop, aren't you? If they do nothing, you're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, I feel like we're too encourageable as a society in general.
Can they even do that in this era of free speech?
In front of my crowd,
they will not silence us if we want to say an F, a C, or a other one.
It would be nice because obviously watching it back, production-wise, it's difficult to enjoy a promo when they're having to mute every like 4 or 5 seconds to get rid of a swear. But that's.
I agree that it's hard to eliminate the. This might make it worse, though. To be honest, I mean, it did used to be such more of a family environment, and obviously, it's weird because there's like we're in the most like sterile era. I feel like, or one of the most sterile eras. Yeah, we do have some of the most vulgarity that they're worried about. It's very strange. But then back in the day, I mean, people were taking their shirts off and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. Joe, can you talk about the new trio of the Harry Potter series? I don't know, Eddie. I mean, I don't think I'm going to watch that series. I'm not going to watch some woke Harry Potter show. So, to me, there's nothing to talk about. Because I'm probably not going to watch that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to watch the Harry Potter series. I'm not going to, like, attack kids either. Like, it's like, obviously that kid on the right, I guess, looks like Ron Weasley, kind of. He actually looks a little more mean than I would like Ron Weasley to look like. He looks a little too mean, I feel like. The kid on the far right, he kind of has like a villain face. Like, I don't really I don't care. I'm not going to watch this series, I don't think. Yeah, like, I mean, he kind of looks nice, but he looks like he could be Harry Potter. He looks too, like, confident to be Ron Weasley. I guess. I don't know. He seems all right, I guess. Harry Potter looks... I guess he looks like Harry Potter or not. I don't know. He doesn't look like... These look like more like fashion model versions of the characters, like, or something. That doesn't really look like Hermione. I mean, she kind of has the spunk look of Hermione, but that's not what Hermione looks like for the most part. But she looks like she's probably she must be really good if they were like, you know what? that was awesome. This girl's great. We love this girl. And if they loved her like so much, they were like, well, it's close enough. You know, we love her. But I don't believe them because they casted that the black guy is Snape. So that's already like, so that kind of like makes me, they lose the benefit of the doubt with me because they casted that other guy as Snape. So that makes me think, oh, they don't really care. Like, if that girl had been really good and blown everything away, then I'd be like, this is Snape. This is Snape, guys. The book clearly talks about Snape, what he looks like, and this is not it. This is not what Snape looks like. This would have been the Snape everybody wanted. I mean, I think this Harry Potter series, the only thing is, like, even this, like, he's too young to play Harry Potter. I mean, to play Snape. But isn't this guy way too young to play Snape? Like, why is the cast so much younger? Isn't Alan Rickman here, like, 60? This guy's not 60. This guy looks like he's 30. Alan Rickman is like 60 here, and this guy's like 30. How can Harry Potter be happening like this? What's with the age gap? That's not Snape, you know? So it's so weird. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything to say because I'm not going to watch the series. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be, I don't want to watch the series. What's up, man? How you doing? Because Snape in the books has in the 30s. Right, okay, that's right. But like Snape is I thought he was in his 40s. I thought he was 45 in the book. Are you serious? I thought Snape was like 45. Because I said that to Leah. I said, I thought he was 45 because... So I always thought that Alan Rickman was playing like Snape, but he was like too old to play Snape. But I was like, oh, well, he's a little old to play Snape, but whatever. But like, how was he really 30s? But Harry Potter's parents were like around the same age. They should have been the same age. And I feel like Harry Potter's parents in the movies were portrayed at the right age. Like Harry Potter's parents even, I thought maybe were like 40. So I thought Harry Potter's parents in the movies were like 40, and I thought Alan Rickman's Snape was supposed to be 40 as well. But in reality, wasn't Alan Rickman like 60 or something, or 58 or 55 or something like that? Maybe I'm making him older. So like I always thought that kind of when I watched the movies. I was like, man, Snape is so much older. And I mean, in my brain, I thought that was weird too. Like I thought like Snape seems like he's 8-10 years older than Harry Potter's parents, but he should be the same age as them. But whatever, I guess it works, you know, like they're all in their 40s. Like, what's the difference? I guess. Okay, like I didn't think about it, but like I did think about it for like a kind of bit, but not really. My brain just went, oh, whatever. But I don't know if my brain can unprocess like a black guy who looks way younger. You know, it's like so different to me. I was read the books, sort of, like only a few of them. Does Sabu show up in Harry Potter? Sabu. He is beautiful though, yeah. He's kind of like the new Doctor Who, you know. But at least Doctor Who, it's like you don't know what Doctor Who could become, so like it's okay. But this is like a defined, mostly character. The book's Hogwarts, when Harry Potter was there, starts in 1991, yeah. I don't know, man. I would have thought maybe they could have just like put in a couple of like sort of new characters to like sort of fill in spots or something, or you know, I don't know, but I don't know. They've got to have these certain things. Trump scheduled to pardon Julian and Todd Chrisley. Oh, I thought you were going to say Julian Assange. Oh, my God. That would have been great.
Satellite system on record. I told you that before the main war started 3+ years ago, and the New York Times came out 2 months ago and confirmed it. The U.S. has run the whole thing. That's how it works. I have friends and I have family that have been over there. And they were over there before it escalated, and they've been back and forth.
Not really sure what he's talking about.
It's the real military publications. Storm Shadow missiles and ATACMS are not fired by the Ukrainians. And the new longer range stuff they're giving them are not run by that. They're run by U.S. satellites, period.
Oh, I'm not sure what Alex Jones is saying there, but I think he's saying like that we're firing on people like on the satellite or something like that.
NATO
or like we're blowing things up with a satellite from space. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
So when Trump comes out months ago and says, I'm pulling intelligence, that doesn't mean guys with binoculars up there on a radio telling what they see. It means the satellites that can watch an ant carry a little seed into its hole.
You can watch a little ant satellite seed into its hole. Watch this. I don't know what he's talking about. We'd have to like listen to everything he's possibly saying. Raw yesterday was still meh. I couldn't do it really. I watched a little bit of it and was like, ah. Just some of it. I don't know, man. I don't, I don't care too much about the Hogwarts stuff. I just can't get into it. I love the movies. But, I love the movies, but I just can't, I don't know. Once, and I'm not, obsessed about everybody cast of whatever. I mean, the show could be good anyway, I guess. But it just sounds like bad faith right from the beginning. And once I see the bad faith stuff, I know that they're willing to do anything in the show, too. To, like make Harry Potter, like, woke, like The Last of Us or whatever that show is. Like, how many people got suckered into watching that? Like, the girl looks like, and they don't really, it's kind of weird, but it's kind of like, I don't know. And then you watched it anyway, right? You watched The Last of Us, and you're like, let me do it anyway. And then you watched it, and now it's where it is, and you're like, oh, like, yeah, you got suckered. You got suckered into propaganda. So, I don't want to, no, I didn't really see who's going to be. Again, like I said, Eddie, I'm not really that into it. I'm probably not going to watch it ever. I don't think Leah's going to watch it either. Leah probably look at it and be like, yeah, fuck that. Same thing with like the new Lord of the Rings. Or that Amazon Lord of the Rings, whatever they call it. What'd they call the Amazon Lord of the Rings? What was it? They called it something like, whatever the hell it's called. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not good. Is Great Kyle, I don't think it's as bad as they said, right? Like people freaked out about that being terrible or something and they like lost it. But then in the end, is it really that bad? I don't even know, but I didn't watch it. I know that. Whatever they did around the hype of it or whatever was enough for me to be like, I'm not going to watch that. But yeah, WWE does like really strategically, almost like they're in a war, strategically places all these blockades up against AEW, which is kind of funny in a way, but like crazy. It's like, okay, if AEW's got 3 shows they're running at some point, WWE will just put up all of their smaller shows that can beat them still up against AEW. It's kind of crazy. So it's like AEW is a lot of times going up against and losing to like either WWE's NXT or a weird house thing or a TNA thing or something weird, and it's like this weird counter programming is enough to take a chunk out of AEW. And I think WWE's mad at AEW for not because they exist and they're doing shows too or whatever. I think I think that Nick Khan and those guys, they've got to be pissed off because they have cost TKO and the WWE so much money because the wrestlers have had to been paid so much more. Like the big stars are getting paid millions of dollars more because of AEW, because of the threat that they could leave. So WWE is paying like, I don't know the estimation, but it's probably like $20 to $30 million in total. So the WWE is spending $30 million more probably a year on talent than they would have had to pay if AEW did not exist. So I think for that reason, the WWE wants to kill AEW. It's not that they're worried that AEW is going to take over the ratings or people are going to shout their name out or, even that people are going to go over to AEW. None of that, I believe, is a concern right now for WWE. I don't think that's a concern. The concern is they're costing us millions of dollars. And what do we know about WWE, the new WWE now, the TKO WWE, and the WWE of the last 5 years? The WWE of the last 5 years especially has become all about how can we make the most money, all about business. It's all about business and making money. And AEW is costing them money because of the wrestlers' contracts. So that's the thing that makes them mad. They don't care if you go out on TV and say, screw those big WWE guys, or like, Triple H is a loser. They don't care about you mocking them, really. Yeah, maybe some of the talent do. Maybe like some of the brass in the back see stuff and they go, what the fuck? But overall, the corporation itself, the WWE entity, the Nick Khans and people like that, like, they don't care about any of that other stuff. I have a feeling that they do care about the fact that they're having to dish out a ton more money because of AEW. That is the problem. That's the big problem. And we know how much they care about money. That's the thing. Years ago, that wouldn't have mattered as much, right? WWE didn't care as much. Like, oh, yeah, we got to pay this guy more to stay. Whatever. What are the ratings? We care about the ratings. What are the ratings? I'll pay you as much as I can. What's the ratings? That's what they cared about. What are the ratings? Are we winning? Are we beating them? Are they going to go out of business soon? Because I want to squash them and beat them in the ratings. That's all they cared about. What are the ratings? What are the ratings? And then probably like the fact that they had to pay talent more money was like secondary. That was like the second thing. The first thing was like, what are the ratings? The second thing was, well, how much do we have to pay people now? And the third thing was, are we making money? Are we going to go to business? But now it's not that. Now it's not what are the ratings, really. It's just like, what are we going to have to pay people now because of these fuckers? That's what they're mad about. They're clearly pissed about this. And that's why they're doing what they're doing now. Which you can understand. Why wouldn't you? You know, why wouldn't you go all out in that way? You know, of course. Right? Of course. WWE is going to buy WWC in Puerto Rico and either All Japan or New Japan. Yeah, I mean, New Japan Pro Wrestling could be next. I mean, this would really be sort of like the second round, you know, of the territories in a way. This is like the second round of the territories. There's no more territories, but there kind of are in a way. There's international wrestling territories and companies. And this is sort of like WWE for the first time since Vince McMahon, you know, bought up the territories in the 80s or whatever it was. this is the first time we're sort of seeing a resurgence of that, you know? I mean, the WCW thing was just whatever academic, it fell over. The absorption of ECW, and now, you know, TNA is where it's at, is where TNA is at, and then, you know, now we've seen them purchase AAA, and, you know what I mean, Evolve, and just, you know, all these different places, and they're really getting ready to grab a few more. And it's really kind of this second return, like cleansing. Like, okay, we sat back for a long time. All these other things have grown and become things. Well, let's wipe them all out again and start again. You know, that's kind of what WWE is looking to be setting up to do. And then they've even got, you know, you've even got AEW trying to absorb a couple of things. They've obviously absorbed Ring of Honor and one or two other things themselves. So there's this competition for that as well, this purchasing of real estate and other companies. And, you know, which WWE will clearly win, but AEW will get a little piece of that pie as well, which is interesting. And, you know, someday will WWE end up purchasing AEW? I mean, then they're going to get a whole bunch of stuff too. And then who will be left? You know, someday, potentially. But yeah, there's a lot going on there. That's kind of crazy when you think about it. A lot to sort of process in there, I guess. But it is what it is. I suppose we'll wrap it up. Just wanted to talk about that, really to make that main point of, you know, WWE, you know, really being upset about the salaries with their counter programming. You know, it's designed to obviously, you know, to hopefully kill off the competition, but not necessarily for ratings reasons as much as, I mean, I think WWE realizes the ratings matter to AEW. I think that's the thing is WWE knows the ratings matter to you guys, but what matters to us is to not have to pay all of our talent these extra millions of dollars because of you. And that's the issue. So there's just two different things kind of going on there, man. But yeah. It looks like Leonard Kitty Kisser, as creepy as that is, may continue to be the top dog of the stream. May take it home. So shout out to Leonard Kitty Kisser for that. As creepy as that is. He could be someone's dad, let's be honest. I hope you hit that like button. News of, oh yeah, we talked about that, okay. Thank you, Doomed Huh, for the dono. Are any other ones that I missed? Let's see. Yeah, shout out to the ice cream truck today. No, I don't. I think I got everything else. I think I got it all. I'll have something for you guys on Patreon tomorrow, so go check it out. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. We'll have something up there for you. So look for that. And we'll catch you tomorrow.